Okay, so in the first video, we're going to look at solving quadratic equations in standard form when b is equal to 0. So just recall that standard form, ax squared plus bx plus c. So basically, if b is 0, then this whole term is 0. So we're just looking at anything in the form ax squared plus c. So the first question we're going to look at is just 3x squared plus 12 equals 60. Now notice that even here the c term is split into two different things, which is okay. The important thing is that there's no term with an x in it. The term with an x is squared. And we're going to solve all of the problems like this the same way. Our first goal is to isolate x squared. So in order to isolate x squared, I can subtract 12 from both sides. So I get 3x squared equals 60 minus 12, or 48. It's 3 times x squared, so I'll divide in order to cancel that out. So that gives me x squared equals 16. And then taking the square root, x equals plus or minus 4. I have to include the minus 4 because negative 4 times itself, or negative 4 times negative 4, is a positive 16. So it's also a solution. You'll find that in problems with quadratics, there are usually two solutions. And if we look at a second example, say negative 2x squared plus 9 equals 5. Once again, our c term's broken into two things. Notice the first thing that I do is actually combine that term together. So I'm going to subtract 9 from both sides. I get a negative 2x squared equals a negative 4. Then I'm going to divide both sides by negative 2. So x squared equals negative 4 divided by negative 2 is just a positive 2. And then when I take the square root, I'm still going to take positive or negative just like I did before. But it doesn't work out perfectly for the square root of 2. In other words, it doesn't work out to be an integer. So I'll just write this as the square root of 2, and that's a perfect way to leave your answer.